Good morning, children. Today I will start chapter 2 of geography. The chapter's name is Abiotic Resources, Land, Soil and Water. Dear students, in the previous class you have also studied about the resources, and on the basis of their origin, on the basis of their development, you learned different types of resources. Now I am starting abiotic resources. Abiotic resources. Abiotic resources connected with all the non-living things. As we know that abiotic resources consist of non-living things like minerals. Example: minerals, rocks, building, land, soil, etc. In these resources, as we know that all the non-living resources, non-living things is very valuable for the human beings. Like that, land, air and water are very precious for us, are very valuable for us. It gives the economic support to our country, not only for our country, to whole the world. So dear students, rocks, soil, land, water, these are the very valuable and precious resources for all the world. It creates the economic activities. It gives the economic activities to the people and make the economic prosperity for the people, as well as lead the economic benefit, give the economic benefit to the whole world. So they encourage human settlement. Actually, where the resources are rich, where the resources are full, that areas having the dense population, that areas having the thick population, and where the resources is less, resources are less, that areas having very less population. So land, soil and water also influences the economic growth of the country, as well as they also modify to the climatic condition of the country. So where there the air, where there the land, soil and water are rich in amount, that areas having the densely populated. So it can affect these resources affected to the population of our country, as well as they also create the human prosperity. So dear children, while the plain regions, you can see that areas having the rich resources, the availability of water, the fertile soil, the alluvium soil attract the millions of people and settle in the plain area and create the economic activities lead to the economic condition of their family. So, in the plain area, they increase to the settle down to the people. They also influences the growth of plants as well as animals in organic materials over a longer period. Thus, it can be said that these resources are vital for the human beings. These resources are the vital, it creates the vital role to lead the development of the human beings. It creates the growth of the people, it also affected the condition of the people, and as well as it molding to the whole their essential condition where they survive. Now land resources. Land resources. Land resources. Land resources refer to the same land resources refers to the same form and the nature of land. Be careful, children. Land resources refers to the same forms and the nature of land. It means almost all the activities of the human beings associated with the land resources. They provide shelter to the both living and non-living things. The resources of the earth contain lofty mountain, flat land, high plateaus, iceland, etc. Actually, the land resources is essential for the natural product. Natural product means that the production which we obtain from the nature, like that food, like that timber, like that medicine, like that cloths, like so many essential requirements is necessary for the human survival. So all these resources, all these requirements provided by the nature when the land resources is good. So land resources refer to the same forms and the nature of land. Now, as the natural resources, they provided all the essential product for satisfying to the human needs. The land cover about 30% of the total areas of the earth's surface. It means 30% of the land covers the population of the world. It means the land, 30% of the land cover the population, almost population of the world. Dear students, about 19% of the world's total populations occupies only. It means 90% population 90% population occupies 30% of land in the world. Now, land resources, all the activities which done by the human resource, like that farming. Be careful, children. Farming, agriculturing, mining, etc. are uses on the land. It means all the activities of the human beings done on the land resources. So all the activities are consisted in the land resources. Consisted in the land resources means land resources refer to the forms as well as shape and the nature of the land. It means all the activities of the human beings, like that agriculturing, like that mining, like that farming, tiling. There are so many, constructing the building, making the bridge, etc. are connected with the land resources. So land resources is very essential part of the abiotic resources, and it should be conserved, it should be protected by the other elements, like that. So many factors are affecting to the land resources. So we can protect to them, we can conserve to them for the human survival. Now we can more understood in which areas having the less density and which area having the thick density, dense density. So we can highly population area and less highly population area and less population area. Dear students, by this segment we can better understood in which areas having the less population and in which areas having the thick population or highly population. So mountain areas. Now again, highly population. Highly population is mostly found in the river valley side. Valleys. Second is that plain region. Plain regions. Third, grassland. Grasslands and like that, grassland and the river plain regions and the rivers region. Be careful, children. Now, the land resources is very important resources for the human beings. Actually, it can change the shape, forms and the nature of the land. So we can better understood when we make the assessment of the in which areas having the highly population and in which area having the less population. So dear students, river valley sites having the dense population, plains regions having the highly population, And grassland area and the river, it means the river side, like that Gangetic plains, like that Brahmaputra, like that Satluj basin. In these areas having the dense population, and the less population areas found in the mountainous region. Second is that plateaus region. Third is that deserts region. So we can better understood in which areas having the highly population and the less population. First is that river valley side. As we know that river valley side having the surplus amount of water. It is very essential for the surviving of the humans. Second is that plain regions. As we know that in the plain regions there are lots of the production done by the human beings. So the all agricultural activities are done on the plain region. Third is that grassland areas having also the fertile land. So in these areas having the high. And fourth is that waterlogging area. Waterlogging areas. Here students, less population mainly found in the mountains region. Second is that plateaus region. In the plateaus region, actually we know that plateau is known as stable land. Under the plateau, the huge amount of minerals are found, but there are some scarcity